Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to ICW Impulse. We're supposed to have a match. Ladies action. This is not scheduled though, Destiny. It's a ladies at Johnny Rocks.
Why are you telling me I can't make a main event match? Jesse, I cannot make a main. I can't make matches. Don't. I just need you to. Destiny to the ring. You got to get on the next match.
Well, hopefully, it wasn't too much before the show, and now it looks like Dierko is answering this. So Erica's not even prepared to wrestle here.
Holy China balls!
More to the delight of JT O'Sullivan, unfortunately, on my behalf. Dierko, though, answering this challenge. Obviously not happy about it, but...
This is a rarity. 2 ladies in the ring at the same time?
Yeah, and now, Destiny attacking from behind. Erica prepared for it. They're not. Destiny just with forearms to the back, kicking her now in the kidneys, just pounding on the back of her head. Destiny's here with a purpose, pushing. We don't got a referee. We've got a ring announcer, and we've got a format. We've got a format that this match isn't even on. Now she's got her in the corner. Johnny Rock's getting in the way. He's still announcing. This isn't even a match. There's forearm to the face. They're nothing.
I don't know what's going on.
Johnny Rock's in the way of our camera right now. Hopefully you fans at home can see this. We can from the broadcast position. Dierko already hurt. She's not even stretched out. She's not ready for this.
Can't fight.
Reversal. Erica going for a lariat, misses. Boom! Boot to the midsection. Trying to bring her over by the hair. Big right hand by Dierko.
Oh!
Drives the head down into the knee. We got a sort of inside cradle. We don't even have a. We don't have a referee. We don't have Pops Ballard. We don't have Justin. 2, 3. I guess Dierko's your winner, JT.
Yeah.
This is. I mean, it was a nice inside cradle. Dierko. Obviously, Destiny didn't prove the point she intended to prove, and
a quick match.
Being the competitor that she is, answered the competition. I don't know if this. Let's get a quick replay here. We see Erica driving the knee into the head. And you could tell Erica wanted out of the situation as soon as possible. Small package there.
Oh, it's over.
Great small package by Dierko. She could have held it down there for a couple of minutes if she had to. Now we're back here to live action. Destiny obviously not happy. We are backstage with Antonio Maestre. Antonio, tonight you are going one-on-one with the Irish hand grenade, Marty Murphy. How are you going to overcome the size advantage that your opponent has over you in tonight's big match?
Isn't that the same guy that wears a kilt?
Yes, he does wear a kilt.
Don't Scottish guys wear a kilt?
I believe so.
But you said he's Irish.
He's Irish hand grenade, Marty Murphy.
But if Scottish guys wear a kilt and he's Irish, that doesn't make sense. And if you're calling yourself a grenade, then that means that all I have to do is pull the pin and you'll explode. So that's obviously what I need to do. I need to expose exactly whatever that pin is of his to set him off, to make that one small mistake. Because isn't he from like the 602 Wrecking Crew? I don't know what the 602 Wrecking Crew is, but I know who I am. And I'm everyone's favorite Brazilian. Whether you like me, you hate me, I'm probably the only Brazilian that you might know. And tonight, I'm going to be the Irish hand grenade's favorite Brazilian when I beat him. 1, 2, 3. We'll find out if that happens later tonight. The Irish hand grenade, Marty Murphy, one-on-one with everybody's favorite Brazilian, Antonio Maestre.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing first in the corner to my right. He hails from Tucson, Arizona. He weighs in at 275 pounds. He is Dean Radford.
Give it up, people!
And in the corner to my left, from Salt Lake City, Utah, weighing in at 250 pounds, he is Lehigh David Smith, LDS.
Our first official contest of the night here on IZW Impulse. We have the IZW debut of one Dean Radford as he goes one-on-one with LDS Lehigh David Smith. He, of course, the man who will be facing Relic on March the 8th at the Broadway Rec Center. Dean Radford already been entered into the Impulse Gauntlet. JT, you're obviously very familiar with LDS. What do you know about Dean Radford?
He did wrestle for the RPW shows a while back ago, and I don't remember too much about him, but I've seen him around. He's pretty lethal.
Well, Dean Radford was a member of the Rising Phoenix Wrestling roster, came within an inch of winning the NWA Arizona Tag Team Championships, and it should be known, and something that Lehigh David Smith brought up in the back, on the very last Rising Phoenix Wrestling show, Dean Radford was one of the men aligned with Relic, and obviously something that Lehigh David Smith is thinking about right now in this match, facing a man who the last time he competed in this state was aligned with Relic, obviously someone that Lehigh David Smith knows a little too well for his liking, and will be going one-on-one with on March the 8th, as we've got clubbing forearms to the back now by Dean Radford. Dean Radford, of course, wants to make a statement in his first appearance of the sets in Tempe, Arizona, with a right hand to the forehead of the newly shaven head of Lehigh David Smith, a third right hand, just taking it to Lehigh David Smith here, trying to prove a point. He wants a title shot, just like everybody else does, and he could walk away as a wild card with the Impulse Championship.
We got a cue ball in the ring right there with Lehigh David Smith. But I think, on a serious note, I think for Lehigh David Smith, since he knows of that association that Radford has with Relic at one time, see right there with those chops and that aggression in the corner, he sees Relic's face in the face of Dean Radford right there.
He does see Relic's face in the face of Dean Radford. Of course, that association cannot be confirmed. It took place on one evening and one evening only several months ago. Obviously, it's something that Lehigh David Smith is worried about, as now he's stomping him in the chest, choking him, using the ropes for leverage. Referee just trying to push him off as he totally ignores the 5 count of the official.
I noticed here with Lehigh David Smith in the last couple weeks in Impulse, he's had a meaner, just angry aggression towards his opponents that I haven't seen in a long time, And I've known him to be a real soft-spoken guy that's really caring and loving for all people in the world. But, right here, it's just like he does not. It's a totally different person after what Relic did to him.
So, lariat there by Dean Radford as he goes for the cover. Only gets 2. The evil in Relic has definitely brought out the evil in Lehigh David Smith, and it's all going to come to a head. Heaven versus hell. Lehigh David Smith versus Relic. Coming up on March the 8th at the Broadway Recreation Center. Dean Radford now could be going for that trademark leg drop off the second turnbuckle. This is done in many a competitor. Hits the leg drop right in the center of the ring. Across the chest and the neck and the face of one Lehigh David Smith. Going for the cover. Only gets 2, though. Not getting a 3 count there. Dean Radford, really quick, came from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Currently residing in Tucson, Arizona. Came up through the ranks of the International Wrestling Cartel in Pittsburgh, the IWC. Moved up those ranks has since come to Arizona. Was a top competitor in Rising Phoenix Wrestling. Now looking to ascend to the top of Impact Zone Wrestling. And it all starts here tonight with Lehigh David Smith. Has him locked in the cravat. Snap mares him over. With a trademark maneuver. Flips over, just jerking that neck across. Trying to stretch out those muscles. Follows it up with a kick to the chest. Very impressive showing here from Dean Radford. You've got to be impressed, JT.
Actually, I am. This guy can really take it too, especially an IZW veteran like Lehigh David Smith. I'm very impressed. And I think for Lehigh David Smith, he's on that highway to hell right now with Relic. And you know what? If I had to be facing Relic, I would be just as scared and angry as much as Lehigh David Smith is. He has every right, because that's the kind of effect that Relic does. He makes people into their own hell.
Well, that impresses me, JT, because if I were going to face Relic, I'd be hiding under a rock. However, we see now, lifts him up.
Of course you hide. You never wrestled
in
before.
the center of the ring. Takes him over with that neck breaker. I have never wrestled before. Only 2 for Lehigh David Smith now as he yells at the referee. A very, very frustrated
You'd probably
man.
run all the way to the other side of the world, Antarctica, where he can't get you.
That's probably what I would do if I were going one-on-one with Relic, JT. I have to admit it.
You'd give up there in instructions.
I probably would. Chin lock now in the center of the ring by Lehigh David Smith. Dean Radford is trying to wear him down. I don't think he wants to take one of those leg drops again off the rope.
Oh, those are brutal. You got
Did not look like fun.
You got that going all over the throat right there. That's 200 some odd pounds just right on the throat. That's could crush your larynx.
Yeah, Dean Radford trying to roll through, but Lehigh David Smith just continues to apply the pressure to that neck, just trying to suck the life and the oxygen out of Dean Radford and try to Get the referee to drop those arms down for a 3 count. Not a pin count, but a 3 count as if the man fell asleep in the center of the ring.
Lehigh David Smith is very, very smart by using his weight on Dean Radford right here to weaken him even more. That's very smart wrestling right there by Lehigh David Smith.
So we saw 2 elbows there from Dean Radford trying to get out. Lehigh David Smith follows up with the knee to the face, trying for a suplex in the center of the ring. Second block now by Dean Radford. Reverses into a suplex of his own.
This is an opening right here for Dean Radford. If he can get smart enough, turn around and try to cover Lehigh David Smith, he might have a chance in this match.
Dean Radford himself is trying to recover from that reverse chin lock that he was locked in by Lehigh David Smith. Radford now coming to his senses, trying to get
First
out.
one.
We got both men down on the canvas. We'll see who gets up first.
Lehigh David Smith
gets to his feet. Radford now with a right hand to the face. Lehigh responds himself. They're just trading blows in the center of the ring. Lehigh David Smith with the advantage, making fun of Dean Radford. Comes off the ropes. Spine buster in the center of the ring by Dean Radford. Again, he's out.
Dean Radford feels right at home right there with that, with changing fists with Lehigh David Smith. There's quite a lot of fighting out in Tucson, actually.
Oh, yeah. Dean Radford, of course, his training came up through Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. A mesh of all styles. He can fight. He can brawl. He's a technical wrestler. Really brings a lot to the table. We've seen him go up top now for the 2nd time in this match. Going onto the ceiling.
I'm against going up top rope because, a lot of times you miss.
I think grabbing hold of that ceiling is the opening that Lehigh David Smith needed, causing Dean Radford to miss, and now he's going for the unprettier. Nope. Reverses out of it.
Oh, what's this? We got to...
Picks him up on his shoulder.
Oh, that's too much weight.
Uranagi suplex in the center of the ring.
It's over.
Got him hooked.
2, 3.
That's going to do it. Your winner, Lehigh David Smith.
Impressive victory right there.
Impressive victory as we see on the replay now. Sliding himself off of the shoulders, following up with that Uranagi suplex. Lehigh David Smith, he prepares to go one-on-one with Relic on March the 8th. 4-way for the gold.
Just scheduled for one fall in the corner to my left. From Omaha, Nebraska, he weighs in at 218 pounds. He is the Irish hand grenade, Marty Murphy. And his opponent in the corner to my right, from Rio de Janeiro, weighing in at 195 pounds. He is Mestre.
One-on-one competition here. 2 of the top stars in Impact Zone Wrestling. The Irish hand grenade, Marty Murphy, going one-on-one with the veteran, everyone's favorite Brazilian, Antonio Maestre. Of course, JT O'Sullivan, one of your favorites, the Irish hand grenade, Marty Murphy, one half of your favorite tag team, the 602 Wrecking Crew. Not with his partner here tonight, going it alone on this evening. Jacob the Right Hertzberg, not accompanying his partner out here. Marty's going to take this one one-on-one and try to pull out the victory over the veteran. Did you bet money on this one, JT? These are your boys.
Not today. But I'm not saying they're going to win.
Well, the last 2 times you bet money on them, it didn't turn out quite so well. So we'll see how this one works for you. Not betting money on it, we'll see how it works out for the Irish hand grenade, Marty Murphy. Of course, the staple of Impact Zone Wrestling, Pop Balor here to call the action down the middle. As both these guys sizing each other up. Marty talking a little bit of trash now to Antonio Maestre.
He's got to. He can back it up. See, the Marty can talk trash and back it up.
That's right. He's trying to get in the head of his opponent here.
Smart wrestling.
Very impressive physique on the Irish hand grenade. Obviously, Antonio Maestre has the experience advantage in this match. Well accomplished, veteran of the ring, here in Impact Zone Wrestling and all over the world.
You know what that hand grenade is going to do to Antonio Maestre? He's going to blow up all over him and beat him down like the dog he is.
Well, we'll find out soon enough. We've got a great competitive one-on-one matchup. Drop kick to the chest out of nowhere by Antonio Maestre. Again, showing that veteran prowess, now just mocking the Irish hand grenade with his posing in the center of the ring.
You do not mock.
He's no slouch, Antonio Maestre. He's got an impressive physique himself.
He's nothing. He can't touch the Marty. I'm sorry. Antonio Maestre is a good wrestler. I'll give him credit where it's due, but he's nothing compared to the Marty.
Gave him the most muscular there, the Hogan at the end. Antonio Maestre showing what he's got.
Look at that physique.
Irish hand grenade showing him what he has, apparently.
You know how long it took him for that? It took him years. He worked hard in the gym. He's there 3 hours a day.
Amateur go behind now by the Irish hand grenade, trying to lock around that waist. Take him in the offensive position, slams him down. Goes around to the front chancery. Trying to follow up. trying to wear his opponent down. Marty Murphy, the bigger of the two men here, wants to use that weight to his advantage. Reversal now by Antonio Maestre. A little frustration there out of the younger of the two competitors in Marty Murphy. Maestre got locked in, using his weight to his advantage there. Just trying to put all the pressure he can in the back and the front of that neck.
Marty,
some of the power out of the big man.
Marty wisely rolling out of there. Instinct in the ring he has. He has much instinct.
Yep, the Irish hand grenade, impressive again, comes through, has that armbar locked in. Rubbing his hand through the hair there of Antonio Maestre, letting him know where he is, letting him know what he can do. Very cocky individual this week in the Irish hand grenade, Marty Murphy. Doesn't have as much experience in the one-on-one competition in IZW. Is more known now for his tag team wrestling. Of course, formerly one half of the World Tag Team Champions.
Yes, and that was a crime on last week on Impulse when they didn't win that tag title four-way. I was very upset about that.
Yeah, hit you in the pocketbook too, JT. They were the second team eliminated, not in the finals of that match, and not able to recapture that gold, nor win the NWA Arizona Tag Team Championship. Of course, coming up on March 8th, you've got Antonio Maestre as he got locked in a crossface cradle, doesn't get the 3 count. Antonio Maestre will be a participant, already been announced for the Impact Zone Wrestling Gauntlet. The Impulse Gauntlet wants to win our version of the television championship, and the 602 Wrecking Crew, Jacob the Riot Hertzberg and the Irish hand grenade Marty Murphy. No disqualification, JT, against the veterans, Native Blood, Ghostwalker GQ Gallo, and the Navajo Warrior. That's going to be a very dangerous situation for all 4 men involved, JT.
You know what I want to see? I want to see Native Blood in the hospital, never coming back to IZW.
Well, that's a good possibility. All 4 of those guys can end up in the hospital. There's a lot of bad blood. Of course, we saw last week it was the 602 Wrecking Crew causing Native Blood those tag team titles. And Native Blood is out for blood, out for revenge. We will have a no disqualification match. Those 4 guys are capable of anything. Now we get back to the action here. Irish hand grenade just wrenching that arm, got him fully twisted around. Maestre just trying to power out of it. Not an easy thing to do against a man with the stature and the size of the Irish hand grenade. Drives that shoulder back into the arm, just giving it more punishment. Twists it around again, JT. That's 3 full rotations he's done around that arm.
He's rotated it like a cylinder. It's like a cylinder. And you know what? With Antonio Maestre, if Marty keeps on working at that, it's bad news.
He can pull that arm out of socket with a couple more rotations now, just applying the pressure back down to that joint. The Irish hand grenade Marty Murphy has him in position to utilize his weight as well as his strength, making Maestre support that weight as Maestre tries to power out. He's cowering away at the pain. I mean, the way that Marty Murphy is locked in. Used Marty Murphy's momentum against him there, drove his head into the turnbuckle, the opening that he needed to get out of that armbar. The other option, I think, was tapping out, JT. I don't think he had many other choices.
And, you know, the Marty was actually changing a tire with Antonio Maestre's arm right there.
He was. Snapmare now has him locked in the reverse chin lock. Does everyone's favorite Brazilian. Takes a look at the Impulse audience as he has the Irish hand grenade locked in that chin lock in the center of the ring. Trying to suck some of the life out of him. Trying to slow him down, JT. Take away some of that power that Marty's been using to his advantage.
You know, the Marty gets better over time. You got to beat on him a little bit.
Trying to do that there, just wrenching at that neck. I'm glad we're not locking that chin lock here, JT, because it does not look comfortable. Marty just trying to put an opening in there, trying to get some air, trying to get some room to breathe.
Marty needs to breathe right here, or Irish hand grenade needs to breathe right here, because if he does, that air supply, he saw him put in dreamland here.
Maestre locking him around here. Comes back around, right back into that headlock. A little impressed with himself as Antonio Maestre, as are the fans here at the sets in Tempe, Arizona.
You get a little over cocky right there. You cannot underestimate the Marty.
Shoulder block like hitting a brick wall in the center of the ring with the Irish hand grenade. Comes off his feet, still can't take the grenade off his feet. Now kicking the leg out from him, that's one way to take him down. Across the ropes, impressive leapfrog by Marty Murphy, going for the hip toss. Reverses out of it. Ooh, side kick to the chest there. Has him set in for that neck breaker that we've seen so many times. Drives him down to the mat. Continue to work over the neck of the Irish hand grenade. Marty Murphy not in a good position here. Antonio Maestre following up right away. Forearm to the face.
Come on, Marty Murphy. You're tough and you're from South Omaha. Come on, don't let me down.
That's right, from Omaha, Nebraska. Facing everyone's favorite Brazilian. Another forearm to the face. Antonio Maestre again, showing his veteran prowess. Talking a little trash there. hits him with a big clothesline in the center of the ring. Now he's taking the big man off his feet. Lots of momentum behind those clotheslines. Misses the big boot. Marty Murphy knew where he was in the ring, able to get out of the way. Now he's gone to the outside. Johnny Dynamite is out here. Johnny Dynamite, last time we saw him, he attacked the Navajo Warrior with one of those NWA Arizona Tag Team Championships. I didn't think Johnny Dynamite would show his face here at the sets in Tempe, Arizona, JT.
Marty Murphy's out there getting his marbles back together and regrouping right here because that's what he's got to do because that's what winners do.
I don't understand this association here between the Irish Hand Grenade and Johnny Dynamite. Dynamite's out here and Jacob the Right Hertzberg isn't. Is there trouble in the 602 Wrecking Crew, JT?
Nothing I know of.
I hope not. You're the man who wagers on him, not me. Johnny Dynamite now, of course, like I said, attacked the Navajo Warrior recently. Rumored to have given him a concussion with that shot to the head with the belt. Now he's talking trash in Antonio Maestre. Johnny Dynamite has thrown his name in for the Impulse Championship, trying to work his way back onto the roster here in Impact Zone Wrestling. He's a dark horse. Not a lot of people in IZW are familiar with him. I think, is Marty leaving, Justin?
No, he's not leaving. He's just walking around. Like you said, he's cleaning his ears, getting his senses back together, getting the marbles back together. So he's going to come back in. You think Marty's running away from a fight?
Nope, he took advantage of the opportunity to attack him. Of course, I was calling out the wrong referee there, not Justin Freeman, not here this evening on IZW Impulse, but it is Pop Ballard. Knee to the back there by Marty. He didn't even get a 1 count off of that one, JT.
The ever opportunist right there, Marty Murphy, going for his opponent with his back turn. You never turn your back on an opponent.
Pulled a veteran move against the veteran there. Very impressive.
Well, like I said, these guys have came up quick. They've been trained by the best. These 602 Rick, they trained together by Triple X Lawrence Tyler.
Trained together, Triple X Lawrence Tyler, the unified champion. Now as Marty Murphy turns attention to the back of Antonio Maestre after hitting with that big knee that he blindsided him with. Just look at the pressure he's applying to the small of the back. Using his strength to his advantage, just pounds him in the midsection.
That was a pretty crushing blow to the abdomen right there on Antonio Maestre. Could knock the wind out of him. I think the wind is knocked out of him.
Johnny Dynamite very excited now about the success of Marty Murphy. Of course, Johnny Dynamite knows Marty Murphy's going to be facing Native Blood, which is the team that Johnny Dynamite did attack. Very interesting dynamic being presented right now. We'll see how this affects March the 8th at the Broadway Rec Center. Of course, 4-way for the gold. The only way to see it live and in person. You can go to ImpactZoneWrestling.com. You can get your tickets at the door, $10. It's going to be a great show. Lots of big matches. Of course, the main event, the 4-way for the gold. Triple X Lawrence Tyler defends the IZW World Heavyweight Championship and the NWA Arizona Heavyweight Championship against Jay Garland, against the Hawaiian Lion, and against AJ Summers. Very impressive lineup from top to bottom. Both these men will be involved, as the entire roster of Impact Zone Wrestling will be there.
You know what's so cool about this show is I'm excited. I bought tickets for 10 of my friends. We got a whole row lined up just so we can watch my boys, the 602 Wrecking Crew, beat the pants out of Native Blood.
So I'm looking forward to that one as well. It's going to be very interesting to see how those two teams take each other. A lot of bad blood. There's a lot of hatred between those four men. It could be a very dangerous situation there in Mesa, Arizona. Now, Johnny Dynamite getting himself involved as Marty Murphy distracts the referee. Johnny, he's not even a member of the Impact Zone Wrestling roster.
Hey, shut up!
He had his opportunity. He took it away. He's trying to work his way back on the roster.
Hey, stop cheering for favorites here. You're supposed to be down the middle right here.
I guess you're rubbing off on me, JT. I don't know what to say. Antonio Maestre, good ring position.
When do I cheer for people, huh? When do I'm a broadcast journalist. I am down the middle.
Exactly right. You've never cheered advertently for the 602 Wrecking Crew. Not once on this program have you done that. You're exactly right, Jason. You are a professional.
I have a right to my opinion.
You do have a right to your opinion. You obviously take advantage of that right every week here on IZW Impulse. It's now back to the action, JT. Huge forearm to the chin there in the eye of the Irish Hand Grenade, Marty Murphy. Goes right back to work, driving the elbow into the small of the back of Antonio Maestre. Very smart move. Knows that back's got to be hurting. Good, quick way to get himself back on offense against the more experienced of the two wrestlers in this match. Johnny Dynamite still cheering for Marty Murphy on the outside. I'm a little concerned about the presence of Johnny Dynamite in this match. I'm not going to lie. It's not the same Johnny Dynamite that we knew back in Rising Phoenix Wrestling. I've been to the man's house where we conducted a very special interview about his military past and everything that he's endured to get to this point in his career. He's pretty much turned his back on all the fans, all his family, all his friends, just for an opportunity at another title, JT.
Well, Timo, why don't you go out there and leave the broadcast booth and stay in his corner? Would you like that? Even up the odds there, buddy?
I have a job to do right here, JT, just as you do. As we get back to the action, boots to the face now by Antonio Maestre. Forearm to that cheekbone that's taking a lot of forearms, has the Irish Hand Grenade Marty Murphy. Get him a black eye after this match. Maestre now is just back. He just couldn't lift him up anymore. Marty taking advantage of it, going right back to work on that back now. Obviously in a lot worse shape than we even thought, JT.
Very smart, the Irish Hand Grenade, working on the small of the back. You know, if he keeps on working on this, he could eliminate Antonio Maestre. He might not even be able to show up at the Impulse Gauntlet.
That would be very impressive for everybody. Now, that Impulse Gauntlet is an open invitational contest, JT. Your boys at 602 Wrecking Crew could decide to enter that one, depending on how things go with Native Blood. And maybe one of them will end up the Impulse champion.
That would be the most greatest day ever.
Bet you would definitely enjoy that. It's come one, come all for the Impulse Championship. It's going to be defended nearly every week here on IZW Impulse. Could be Johnny Dynamite, could be Dean Radford, who we saw earlier.
Could be anybody. Could be Doink the Clown.
Could be Doink the Clown. Beaver Las Vegas entering Savio Vega. Sergio Vega, not Savio Vega. A throwback there, showing my age a little bit, JT.
Wow. You've been watching WWE or something like that back in the days?
I grew up on that stuff, JT. That's why we're here today. Impressive kicks to the chest now by everybody's favorite Brazilian. Follows up with a huge Yakuza kick in the corner, draping his own leg over the top, showing his flexibility, which we don't get to see all the time out of Antonio Maestre.
You know, one thing about Antonio Maestre, I have to give to him, his feet are lethal.
They are lethal feet. They're registered lethal weapons, JT. He only gets 2 count, though, on the Irish Hand Grenade.
Marty can withstand the trials and the pain of Antonio Maestre and any wrestler that steps in his path.
Fatigue's starting to set in on both of these athletes. This has been a long contest already. Both men have dished out and taken a lot of punishment. You know, all the cardio these guys do, all the preparations they do, nothing can take the place of the actual in-ring competition. It takes a huge toll on their bodies. Another clothesline. Marty getting right back up, though, showing that fighting spirit.
You can't forget all the bright lights. I mean, those lights up there.
It's not a cold place to be in that wrestling ring. Those lights take it out of you. Everything takes it out of you. Reversal now by Maestre. Kick to the gut. Has him set up for that side Russian leg sweep. Marty now elbowing his way out of it. Has him back up to that backbreaker. Set up on his shoulder.
There it is!
Shades of the British Bulldog. Power slam in the center of the ring.
I think it's done. 2.
Oh! Only 2 count. He kicked out.
That was 3.
I haven't seen anyone kick out of a Marty Murphy power slam in quite some time, JT.
That was 3.
Everybody's surprised here. It was only 2 according to the referee. The Irish Hand Grenade not able to get the 3 count there. He's got Antonio Maestre down, but I don't think Marty knows what to do here. He obviously didn't expect him to kick out of it. None of us expected him to kick out of it. He's definitely out now, going to work on that neck. He may be able to put him out pretty quick here and get a submission victory or even a pass-out victory. That's right, and then, you know, obviously giving him a lot of momentum going into the no disqualification tag team match. Fans now trying to get behind Antonio Maestre in this match, trying to will him back up as he works his way to his feet. He looks out on his feet, JT.
You know, either loss for these or it's going to be a psychological letdown.
Oh yeah, Maestre now jumping through the ropes, hits a big neck breaker over the ropes and falls to the floor. I don't know if that risk was quite worth it, JT. He took a lot out of himself there. This is a huge match for both these competitors as we go into March 8th. As you were saying, momentum goes a long way in the world of professional wrestling. Both guys got a lot on the line on March 8th, and who comes out on top in this match should go a long way and show us what we're going to see on the 8th.
Of course, and right now they're right for the picking right here. The match could go either way right here, but like I said, the Marty will rebound, and he's going to defeat Antonio Maestre and make a name for himself. That he already has. He doesn't need to do that. He already has. You know, he's going to prove it.
Oh yeah, both these guys' positions are solidified in Impact Zone Wrestling, but this is why this match is so big. It's going to play a large factor in the top 10 rankings, and even after March the 8th, you know, maybe Antonio Maestre wins that Impulse Championship, and Marty Murphy wants to get himself a shot.
What about the Marty? He could win.
He could win if he. We don't even know if he's entered. That's the thing about an open invitational match, such as the Impulse Gauntlet. You never know who's going to show up. Both men going for a suplex there. Marty Murphy using that power, just pounding away at the back of Antonio Maestre. Has him set up for the suplex in the center of the ring, just letting all that blood rush to the head. Be able to knee his way out of it, though, is Antonio Maestre.
What would you do if you got thrown into that?
Not what Antonio Maestre did. I'd probably be in a lot of pain. Now has him locked up. That modified cloverleaf there and a half crab in the center of the ring. Could your boy tap out here, JT?
I don't think so. He can't. Oh.
Johnny Dynamite back up on the ropes. What's he doing up there? And distracting Antonio Maestre.
Hey, he's telling the referee that he needs help. He's
not talking to the referee. He's talking to Antonio Maestre. And Maestre now taking exception to the actions of
don't
Johnny
touch
Dynamite.
a man with glasses. He's wearing glasses.
Johnny Dynamite just drapes him over the ropes.
Johnny Dynamite, you don't hurt a man that's wearing glasses.
He's got him set up in the center of the ring. Could this be the TK 602 by the Irish hand grenade Marty Murphy? I think that's going to do it, JT. 3 count.
Yeah, boy.
Your boy. The Irish hand grenade Marty Murphy probably making you wish you had placed that bet in this matchup.
Yeah, you owe me $20.
I don't think you placed the bet on this one.
Yeah, you owe me $20.
Your winner here on Impact Zone Wrestling Impulse. We go to the replay now.
He was touching a man that was wearing glasses. Come on.
We see the distraction, snapmare across the neck, and then he takes him up the TK 602. The Irish hand grenade Marty Murphy gets the big win. No disqualification. The 602 Wrecking Crew versus Native Blood on March the 8th.
Buy me a beer and we'll call you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are backstage with Arizona's unified tag team champions, the team now known as Skyscrapers 2.0, the great Ryan Lynch and Steamin Jimmy Freeman. And gentlemen, weren't you about a foot taller last time I interviewed you?
Wait, hold on. This goal, mighty heavy. It's going to bring us down a bit, but not our spirits. Our spirits are way up. We just took on 3 other teams to win these tag belts, and we're ready to take on the world right now. I mean, we're Skyscrapers, for God's sakes. I mean, who can take us on?
I know, seriously. I mean, we beat two big Indians. We beat an Arizona guy. We beat the Irish guy.
Irish hand grenade.
And we beat a couple pirates. You know, IZW even let us pose for the new IZW Tag Team Championship. You see that? Look at that right there. That
is me.
And that is him. Right there. The Skyscrapers, baby.
And I mean, we've taken on the greatest tag teams in IZW history. I mean, we've got the Native Blood, the history. You can't even go back. I mean, it's just amazing. You got the 602 Wrecking Crew. The guys are monsters. They're good. And then you got the Pirates. We've taken them on. I will give it, they are good. They're a little sleazy. Drink a little too much for me, but they're good. And we don't, but we're ready. We took them all on, all in one match. We're ready for tonight. We're ready for whatever they got to take on. Whatever they're going to bring us, we've got it.
And from what I heard, we're supposed to take on the New York's finest. We got Terra X and the New York Midget, AJ Summers.
Big words from your new tag team champions, the Skyscrapers 2.0.
To the ring, Terra X!
We got the unified tag team titles on the line here. New York's finest, AJ Summers, and we think Terra X going up against Steamin Jimmy Freeman, the great Ryan Lynch, Skyscrapers 2.0, your IZW World Tag Team Champions, and the NWA Arizona Tag Team Champions. I don't see Terra X though, JT. I don't know what's going on here.
I don't know either. I didn't see him arrive in the building, so you know what?
He has been seen. They arrived together, did AJ Summers, and they drove together to the show. And
I didn't see him. He was at the bar.
he seems, that wouldn't surprise me one bit. But he does seem to be absent from the ring now. I don't know if I mean, there could be foul play in this, JT. Now, maybe Skyscrapers 2.0, to get the advantage, took the biggest man in the match out backstage. That is one way to ensure yourself a victory over a tag team, is by taking out one of the 2 components of that team.
That is very possible. I wouldn't put it past Steamin Jimmy Freeman. The great Ryan.
Let's give Ryan Lynch a chance to talk here. He's got a lot to say.
You respectfully. Silence. Silence. Apparently, it's very obvious, Johnny, that your partner was a little afraid. I definitely do not suck, okay? Let's keep it down. AJ, I don't know if you were hearing, but you have about 200 people telling you to put some pants on. Because I know it's not the tyrants here, all right? They definitely do not want to put some pants on.
And if I'm not mistaken, they're all saying suck.
Apparently. But, back to my point. Seems you're missing something here. You know what? I can't blame him though. All right, he saw us take on 3 other great IZW established tag teams. Native Blood, 602 Wrecking Crew,
The Pirates.
and the Pirates. Yes, you right over there. You fell to us also. We did not cheat. So, we're fair men. We're very fair men. It's not just a rumor. Tonight, we'll go ahead on with the sanctioned match. You know, it's already on for the title. If you want to go for it, we'll go 2-on-1. We have no problem. Oh yeah.
Yes, me, Steamin, Jimmy Freeman, the great Ryan Lynch. Shut up! Shut up! Now, yeah, 2-on-1. The great Ryan Lynch, Steamin, Jimmy Freeman. I don't know anyone want to tag with a midget anyway.
AJ Summers, if you agree to that.
James Tiberius O'Sullivan, that's the music for the Hawaiian Lion, John Williams. What's he doing out here? He hasn't shown his face just yet, but if he's coming out to partner with AJ Summers, and Skyscrapers 2.0 is in for a world of hurting, JT.
They're in for a hell of a ride. That's all I can say right here. This is going to be a pretty good tag team match. I'm pretty stoked about it, to be honest.
There he is, the Hawaiian Lion, John Williams, coming in the aid of AJ Summers, the New York Giant. Skyscrapers 2.0 immediately getting out of the ring. Johnny Rock's now confirming with the Hawaiian Lion. Looks like he's got a tag team partner for the New York Giant. Now let's step aside for a moment, JT, and let Johnny Rock do his job. Introduce the competitors for tonight's main event.
Take it away, John.
John Lyon, are you substituting in for Terra X? I lived in New York for 2 years. I think that qualifies me. What do you think? Well, he's got 2 people here. All right, let's get on with this, ladies and gentlemen. The following contest is for the IZW NWA Arizona Tag Team Championships. There's a 1-hour time limit. Introducing first the challengers. First of all, from Brooklyn, New York, he is AJ Summers. And his tag team partner from Hilo, Hawaii, now representing Brooklyn, New York for this match. And at 235 pounds, he is the IZW submission specialist, the Hawaiian Lion. And now, your world heavyweight tag team champions at a total combined weight of 520 pounds. Introducing first, he is Steamin, Jimmy Freeman. And his tag team partner. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand on your feet. You'd like a standing ovation. He is the great Ryan Lynch.
are about to get things underway with our main event, as the crowd now got some insider information singing happy birthday to the Hawaiian Lion. I didn't know it was Lion's birthday, JT. I know you didn't know. I don't know what our historian Ed the K. Motley's doing for us, but that was not on my format. I'm going to file a complaint, JT.
He'll do my notes, so you know what? I can't file the complaint.
They're still the best notes in the business, and I'm going to stick with them every step of the way. We've got, for the first time ever, the Hawaiian Lion, John Williams, teaming up with the New York Giant, AJ Summers, for a tag team title shot. They could walk away. The IZW World Tag Team Champions and the NWA Arizona Tag Team Champions here tonight as they roll on towards four-way for the gold, JT.
That'd be an interesting concept. If they win this match, then that means one man can hold two titles. If one of them were to win the match.
Could hold two titles. You never know, JT. I seriously doubt it with so much riding on the four-way for the gold, but any one of those guys could enter the Impulse Gauntlet if they wanted to.
They can hold 3 titles in one night.
Could you imagine just the shock on everybody's face who's currently in the ring if the Hawaiian Lion walks out from behind the curtain and just starts suplexing everybody out of the ring in the Impulse Gauntlet?
One of the possibilities is one guy could walk out with 3 titles in one night.
That would be an unprecedented feat, very impressive feat. I mean, Triple X Lawrence Tyler, the only Triple Crown champion in Impact Zone Wrestling, but he didn't do it in one night, JT, and that could happen if these guys choose to do that. Of course, it would also be interesting to see if Hawaiian Lion and AJ Summers win this match, are they going to take on the already scheduled title defense for March 8th? As Skyscrapers 2.0 will be taking on another new team. El Cholo, Mike G, and Lucha Reigns will challenge for those unified tag team titles.
My question right here, even though these two seem that they like each other, could they coexist in this match and be on the same page, knowing that they got to be neck and neck against each other on the 8th of March at the Broadway Rec Center?
That has to be a consideration, like you said, JT. Can they put that rivalry in the back burner? It hasn't been a rivalry before, but they're training to have each other as opponents. They've known this for a few weeks now, that they're going to be a part of the four-way for the gold, and suddenly they're thrust into being tag team partners, showing the sportsmanship of both AJ Summers and the Hawaiian Lion, able to do that. It looked like they were going to get along just fine when Lion came out. AJ was not apprehensive at all. I think he was kind of glad that he has a tag team partner for this match, since Terra X is not out here right now for this contest.
I believe, too, at the same time, I bet both of these guys are watching each other very intently and taking mental notes in their head of what they can do to their opponent on the 8th at the Broadway Rec Center. This is a big match with 4 big wrestlers for the prize.
You know, Steamin Jimmy Freeman had him up on his shoulders, throws him over just that knee to the gut, trying to take the wind out of the sails of AJ Summers. Kicks to the chest there. It could be very interesting as this match goes on, JT. How's it going to influence, is somebody going to avoid a tag because they know their partner's taking a lot of punishment and they want to see a lot of damage get taken before the four-way for the gold, or are they just going to forget about all that and try to win the title?
Well, if I was one of those 2 men, Hawaiian Lion or AJ Summers, I would take as much rest out in that apron as much as possible.
Payback now from AJ Summers, his own knee to the gut and his own kick to the chest, followed up by a tremendous clothesline as Steamin Jimmy Freeman reeled into the center of the ring as he tries to get over by his partner, tagging himself out to safety. In comes the great Ryan Lynch, the self-proclaimed king of the four-way, which did help them last week win the unified tag team titles, but now it's a straight-up tag team match. Huge arm drag there, followed up by a chin lock from the New York Giant, AJ Summers.
You cannot underestimate the great Ryan Lynch or Steamin Jimmy Freeman. They oppositeed 3 of the top teams in IZW. Skull and Bones, the 602 record, former tag team champions, as well as Native Blood. 3 real top tag teams right here, so you cannot rule out the Skyscrapers 2.0.
They'll definitely, did overcome those 3 tag teams, and they've been very proud of that fact. They'll tell anyone who can listen, JT, that they overcame those 3 tag teams. I've seen them wearing those belts everywhere. They wore them at the grocery store, they've worn them at the gym, they wore them at the car wash. They probably sleep with them on, JT, because those 2 guys, I don't even think they expected to come out of the four-way for the tag team gold as your unified tag team champion.
What do you do, follow them everywhere they go?
I have my sources, JT, and I do have to go grocery shopping on occasion.
Oh, so you make sure you go to the same store they do, huh?
I'm not going to add to those such allegations from you, JT O'Sullivan. I'm going to call the action in the ring. The Hawaiian Lion with a huge shoulder block now. Whips him into the corner. We could see the Lion chop. No, hits him with a European uppercut. Pops Ballard trying to put the count on him. Now he's got the chest muscle spread. Oh! Lion chop in the center of the ring. I think that's what the great Ryan Lynch feared when the Hawaiian Lion first walked through the curtain.
You could see the impression right there on the chest of Ryan Lynch of Hawaiian Lion's handprints right there.
Yeah, does it again, too, in the center of the ring. I can also see you pointing at our monitor, JT. The fans at home can't see you. Pointing another chop now to the rear end of the great Ryan Lynch.
Double the pleasure for the great Ryan Lynch right there.
I don't know if that's quite the offensive maneuver as Lyon puts the elbow in the face as he tries to go. Only gets that 2 count there, not able to get the 3. Snap suplex now by the Hawaiian Lion. Trademark offensive maneuver by the former world heavyweight champion.
Looks like Ryan Lynch and Steamin Jimmy Freeman are in trouble really quick in this match. Really quick here.
I think when Lyon walked through the curtain, they realized they were going to have to weather the initial storm out of the Hawaiian Lion. Coming out here, taking everything by storm. Now he's got him set up for that surfboard. Slaps it back to get those arms.
Surfs up.
Trying to go up. Ryan Lynch now trying to fight his way out of it there. Very different way I've seen people get out of it. Lowering his center of gravity now. Able to fight on that maneuver. Very smart wrestling by Ryan Lynch. Brings AJ Summers in the ring as he tries to reach over Pop Power to get at Steamin Jimmy Freeman. Ryan Lynch saved himself a lot of pain by just shifting his weight there like he did. Very well scouted was Ryan Lynch. Didn't even know he's wrestling the Hawaiian Lion. Obviously, you got to do your homework on all of your opponents at any time. Maybe he was doing homework on the Hawaiian Lion because he plans on entering the Impulse Gauntlet, JT.
I think right there, Ryan Lynch was riding waves in Kiwati or whatever. I've never been to Hawaiian Islands, so I don't know the names, but Waikiki place. Waikiki, I think he was riding some waves.
It's very possible. You see the redness now in the chest already of the great Ryan Lynch trying to suplex the much larger competitor. Not able to quite get him over the Hawaiian Lion, lowering his own center of gravity to block it. In comes Steamin Jimmy Freeman for a double team suplex.
We got the power here.
Still not able to pull. The Hawaiian Lion suplexes both men across the ring. Very impressive display of strength by the Hawaiian John Williams. Hurting the backs of both of his opponents. He's already done damage to the back of the great Ryan Lynch. We'll see how the Hawaiian Lion can follow up after hitting that double suplex on his opponents.
Skyscrapers 2.0 right there. Looked like they were flying away.
Yeah, Hawaiian Lion tried to go for that tag. Ryan Lynch very smart. Pulls him back in his own corner. Got to cut that ring in half, as you like to say, JT. Take part of one body part. Take hold of one body part. Wear one of your opponents down. Prevent him from making the tag. Surprisingly, they would use that strategy with the Hawaiian Lion and not the smaller, less experienced AJ Summers, but it's the choice they've made.
They're picking the biggest dog in the yard right here. I think that's actually very smart. It shows a lot of guts on the part of the Skyscraper 2.0. Kudos to them.
Oh yeah, they've not been short of guts here in Impact Zone Wrestling. That's why they wear both sets of tag team titles here at the sets in Tempe, Arizona. Continuing to work on that leg, very smart. Take out one of those tree trunk legs of the Hawaiian Lion. Really disables his ability to throw those suplexes and use that power to continue to work on the leg. Goes for the cover, only gets 2 as Pops Ballard right there in the middle of the action. Does see the shoulder get up. Not quite done yet are Skyscrapers 2.0 and the Hawaiian Lion John Williams and the New York Giant AJ Summers.
It's going to take a lot to take down Hawaiian Williams right here. John Hawaiian Williams right here.
A huge European uppercut by the Hawaiian Lion, taking Jimmy Freeman down. Gut wrench. Looks like he follows over a gut wrench suplex. Nearly threw him over his head on that one.
Looked like he was taking a flip off a trampoline right there.
Oh yeah, just throwing around the smaller man, using that strength. Whips him across the ropes. Still favoring that leg a little bit. Misses the charge in the corner. Jimmy Freeman drop kicks him into that turnbuckle.
Did you ever have a trampoline, Greg?
Excuse me, say that again?
Did you ever have a trampoline when you were growing up?
I don't think that's any of your business. Steamin Jimmy Freeman now trying to fire everybody up.
What's this?
Is he going for the worm here at the sets in Tempe, Arizona?
Hey, I think Scotty Tuhati called and wanted his move back right there.
I think he did. Doing the worm. He's definitely... I think he might have waited a little too long there. Hawaiian Lion hit another lion chop to the chest of Steamin Jimmy Freeman. Don't try those tricks on me, said the Hawaiian Lion. A veteran move. He waited for him. He knew what was coming. Poke to the eye there by Steamin Jimmy Freeman. Veteran move of his own. Trying to body slam him. I don't think that's going to work out.
I don't think so either. I think he's biting off a little bit more than can chew right there.
Hurt his back there. Jawbreaker, though, on the Hawaiian Lion. Still trying to go for that
Not
body
smart.
slam. One day he's going to get one of those guys over, JT. One of these days. Tags in the great Ryan Lynch now. Is he going to try to do it himself?
Hey, the heart's there.
He went for a forearm and took a shot of his own right to the chin. Very smart move by the Hawaiian Lion as he begins to work over that left arm. Kick to the gut.
You have to admit the heart is there in these men. They are trying their damnness out there.
Oh yeah, we cannot question the fight in those two dogs. As a Hawaiian Lion, first suplex now, second suplex over.
Looks like we got the 3 amigos.
Oh, didn't quite get him. Kicked his way out of it. The great Ryan Lynch set up for that neck breaker. move that has been very effective for Ryan Lynch in the past. Going for two. AJ Summers in to break up the count for his tag team partner. We've not seen any shades of the Hawaiian line and AJ Summers not being able to get along. It seems to me, JT, like they've put their rivalry on the back burner. They're going to wait until March 8th to hash things out in the center of the ring and try to win that unified title. Obviously focused on winning those tag team belts here tonight.
There we go. Perfect. The choking right here and punching and keeping the Hawaiian Lion far away from the corner to tag AJ.
Taking advantage of the distraction that Ryan Lynch posed on the referee. Elbow to the top of the head there, the Hawaiian Lion. Follows it up with a big kick to the face. Just another right hand to the head now. Just taking all of his aggressions out on the Hawaiian Lion, John Williams. These two guys did not know they'd be facing Lion in this match, and they've obviously come to fight, however, JT.
I think, in a way, they might have taken Hawaiian Lion a little too lightly here, you think?
Yeah, and it's surprising because of the reputation that he holds. But now we got to cover here 2 count, but obviously, as we've seen over the past few weeks, no short of confidence in the great Ryan Lynch and Steamin' Jimmy Freeman. Skyscrapers 2.0. They think they're 10 feet tall and bulletproof, JT. They think they each weigh 300 pounds. They think they're each 6 feet 8 inches tall. Obviously, they think they're the Skyscrapers. They won those tag team titles, which did not help those egos in any way, and that confidence has served them well over the past few weeks. That's why it culminated with that title victory.
And it paid off too, because look at them now. They are the tag team champions, and you know what? You don't become tag team champions overnight. I tell you that right now.
We saw our first shade of a mistake there. The Hawaiian Lion was carrying Ryan Lynch over the corner and knocked him into his own partner in AJ Summers. AJ now down on the floor, not available to make the tag. I don't think he did that on purpose, JT, but obviously it's frustrated the Hawaiian Lion. His partner wasn't there for him, like you'd expect in a tag team match.
We haven't seen AJ too much in this match.
No, it's been all Lion up to this point. Drop kick from Steamin' Jimmy Freeman. Only 2. Not able to pick up the victory just yet. We got AJ Summers back up on the apron now. We'll see if the Hawaiian Lion can try to make that tag into his partner.
We had a fresh AJ Summers. Now it looks like he's not going to be so fresh when he gets that tag.
It looks like both these men got to try to get their win back. Lion with punches to the stomach there, just trying to create an opening on Steamin' Jimmy Freeman. Freeman with a reversal, ducks underneath, tries to go for a cross-body block, just power slam by the Hawaiian Lion. This might be the chance he needed to tag in the fresher of the 2 men in AJ Summers, although AJ still the worst for wear on the outside.
Chance right here to an opening. Hawaiian Lion has an opening. He should try his best to go over and make a tag to his partner AJ right here. That looks like he's not in good shape. He might be worse for wear.
Shouting at the Hawaiian Lion, just trying to intimidate him. I don't think that one's going to work, JT. Well, looks like Hawaiian Lion does make tag. Both men now tag in. We've got AJ Summers, a house of fire, elbow to the great Ryan Lynch. Hawaiian Lion still in now, takes an elbow to Jimmy Freeman on his own. AJ not happy that Lion's still in there.
I knew this was going to happen. What did I tell you?
You called it right. Body slam now, and AJ looks like he's upset. The 2 guys trying to one-up each other, JT. They have a golden opportunity or a chance to win the World Tag Team titles and the NWA Arizona Tag Team titles. Atomic drop now by AJ Summers. Reverse atomic drop.
It's a spirit.
Ryan Lynch reeling. Follows up with a huge lariat across the ring.
It's a spirit of competition here, and it's all for that. It's that unified NWA, IZW.
Atomic drop and clothesline for Jimmy Freeman now by the Hawaiian Lion. I tell you what, this one-upsmanship that's being shown by this makeshift tag team here is not served to the benefit of their opponents. They've taken a lot of punishment now out of both of these guys. Chop to the corner, followed up by a chop by the Hawaiian Lion. Just knocking Jimmy Freeman on his back. And now they're going to switch partners here and chop their own opponents in the corners. Got AJ Summers now has him set up. Chop to the chest of Jimmy Freeman. Well, this rivalry that we've seen, this competitive rivalry between partners, I think they're regretting now the rivalry that they've established between their 2 opponents, not the Skyscrapers. Big knee drop there by AJ Summers, going for the cover.
Tag team champions are in big trouble right here, in big risk of losing their tag titles. Right
Only
away.
a 2 count there. You're right, those belts are definitely at risk. Things get very interesting on March the 8th as we've got a scheduled tag team title defense that could end up having to be defended by the Hawaiian Lion and AJ Summers. Anything can happen in Impact Zone Wrestling, and we may see that here tonight. Splash in the corner, just a tremendous amount of momentum. AJ Summers is fired up, JT, and
He's the
The
Energizer
opposite of
Bunny.
that is, of course, Steamin Jimmy Freeman falling flat on his face. Only 2. We nearly had brand new tag team champions right there.
Look like the Energizer Bunny. He keeps going and going and going.
Our tags in, we've got good tag team strategy, good tag team wrestling. Of course, neither of these men strangers to the tag team ranks. Just haven't been partners together in quite some time in Impact Zone Wrestling, if at all. We got the European uppercut by the Hawaiian Lion. Punching out of it is Steamin Jimmy Freeman. Reversal now by Lion. Sends him into the corner, but he sends him into his own corner. And Lion just threw his foot into the Great Ryan. Oh! Followed up with that step-up enziguri. He could be out cold here, JT. We might have new champions.
This is trouble for the Skyscrapers 2.0 right here. Even based on the fact that Hawaiian Lion and AJ Summers have never teamed up, they're not doing too bad for not teaming up before.
Fisherman suplex there by the Hawaiian Lion. Ryan Lynch on the floor. Looks like he just got knocked on the floor again there by AJ Summers. Very smart, keeping one of their opponents out of the ring at all times. Lion now barking orders. We got a chop now by the Hawaiian Lion. Another one by AJ Summers over in his corner. Things are not looking good for Skyscrapers 2.0 here. Ryan Lynch now is on his back. AJ Summers and Hawaiian Lion still jacking at each other, JT. These guys are not getting along.
I think Hawaiian Lion was really upset that AJ didn't listen to his instructions earlier and is taking that to offense right here. He's trying to start some continuity right here, but also he's trying to run the show here, which is a little... Doesn't surprise me in this kind of match between two guys they're going to be facing in the 4-way for the gold.
AJ Summers now trying to show his suplex prowess there. Now he's got him set up. Looks like we've got some more teamwork coming here by the tag team champions. Up top goes AJ Summers. Could we see one of those trademark high-flying moves that we've seen out of the New York Giant in the past? Diving, hits his own partner, JT. This is not good.
I love it. I knew this was going to happen. This is where I like fights. And just all kinds of, this excites me right
These
here.
two men are not getting along. Triple X Lawrence Tyler and the feature presentation, Jay Garland, gotta be loving this super kick now as he just walks right over.
Yes,
Ryan Lion just shoving him to his partners. There's that neck breaker by the Great Ryan Lynch. Covered by the Great Ryan Lynch. It's over. Skyscrapers 2.0 successful in their first title defense. They've successfully defended against the Hawaiian Lion John Williams and the New York Giant AJ Summers. Not able to get along, JT, and did not able to pick up the victory in their bid to become the new unified tag team champions. The Skyscrapers have retained here on IZW Impulse.
That was a close one for them.
Definitely a close one, and now the Hawaiian Lion definitely showing his displeasure with what happened here. He's got a microphone as we take a look at the replay now. Take a look at exactly what transpired. AJ Summers trying to communicate with his partner, trying to set things straight. Jimmy Freeman just waiting to set the bait. Hits him with that super kick, kind of right under the jaw. He goes right under the Hawaiian Lion. Obviously frustrated, throws him to the center of the ring. Now we're going to see what John Williams has to say.
To win the tag team championships, I am the 4th contestant in the 4-way for the gold on March 8th, and you're one of the contestants. If I'm going to let you get away with Kobe and elbow in the face, and that's how I get thanked, I'll give you your...
Obviously things are not good. We will find out March the 8th, 4-way for the gold.